Hi, this is Diana of DL.art. We're back for part 3 of the exploding box, and I'm going to move this over here and get back to this using this paper trimmer. Now already, during my intermission here, I decided I was going to do the box lid in this. This is also part of that Coral Couture stack, and it's a really pretty metallic with dots. And I think, it would be something I could decorate a little. So I'm going to put that as the lid and do a little decoration on there. And then I decided that this is going to be an exploding box for my neighbor's daughter who just turned, will be turning 12 on Sunday, I think. Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, one of those days. So I should have it done by then, and I'm going to have 11 pop out. But I haven't done the 11 yet, so there will be a bit of intermission in this. Anyway, let's get moving on. So I'm going to start decorating this box first. So anyway, we're going to cut, because this is square and it's 4 by 4. I'm going to use this one and probably this one, a few pieces of it. I really love this Memories. Can you see it? Because I got different lighting here. Memories. Only it's larger than I need. And because these are 4 by 4, I'm going to need a border around them. So I'm going to be doing a 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. I could even do 3 7/8 square, which would, let's see, 3. I'm going to end up cutting some of it off anyway, and I think I'd rather have the M on there than this, and so I'm going to trim this little piece. Remember I told you about the piece that hangs me up? And this is too big to fit on the smaller parts of the box, so I'm going to use it on this part of the box, and I think that gold will pull through nicely. I'm going to give you a little more. I think that gold will pull through nicely and give this box a good look. But I'm going to have to, well, tell you what I'll do here first. I'm going to cut the M, because I really love, I don't want to cut the M off. It's just beautiful. This might mess up my dimensions for later, but I need this to be 3 3/4. So, you know what, I'm going to go 3 7/8. I'm actually going to try to get that S in there. I might be able to use that for something else. But I really need to, might as well cut this. So I'm going 3 7/8. Normally I would go 3 3/4 for the box. Normally. Listen to me. I've only made I've made 3 of them. But that was kind of my first final one. The other 2 were kind of practice. So, the first ones never, for me, never turn out. Okay. So this is, I think I got it working in there. And I may just use this for another panel because it's so pretty. So how this will go will be just like this. And it's not giving me a whole lot of space around the edge, but it'll be fine. I think it's beautiful. So that one's finished, and so remember, normally I am in the future going to be going 3 3/4, but for this one I'll be going 3 7/8. like the looks of this one too. So whoops, I need to go 3 7/8. So it needs to be 3 7/8 square. That way it'll all work. So one way to make sure before you start trying to glue things down, just stack them up. And I think I'm going to go for this one now. So switching over now, and I think I don't want to cut the butterfly up, so I will go here. Let's go this way. I'm going to just do it this way. I'm going to cut off 3 7/8 all my pieces. Ooh, no, that cuts the butterfly in half. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to cut here and then cut 3 7/8. So when you're, for me, when I'm going around, I did not want to cut the butterfly in half. It just would have been too sad. So now I've got those two pieces and this one, and I think it's starting to look like a pretty good box. And let's see what else. Okay, I think I want to go for these flowers too. They're pretty. So I'll cut this 3 7/8. And unfortunately that cuts that pretty flower off, so I'm going to end up wasting some paper here, but only to get this pretty flower. Oh no, it's cutting it again. I want, gosh, I really want those flowers. Oh, and then that cuts the flourish, so, well, I think I can do without the flourish. Normally I wouldn't do it this way, designing in front of you so much. I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to use that for something else. I'm going to go back to this one. So this one is, okay, that's 3 7/8, and that's 3 7/8. Now I like that. That works good for me. So now we have, I'll just put it together for you. Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to end up designing in front of you, but that's how I think as I go doing this. Papers, I just want them to look good. And then sometimes if you get that little glue, you can just push it over. And I want that flourishy guy there. Okay, yeah, this here. Now this is the one I really like. So now if you don't have all these designs on the paper, it's pretty easy to just go ahead and cut it at 3 3/4 all the way around. Then you don't have any issues with, ew, I don't want to cut that pretty design off. So, okay, like this. Okay, same thing all the way around. Now the next ones are a little trickier, and this is where all the design stuff comes in. Okay, So now that's pretty much this part of the box, and orange, it's kind of cute. This one will be much easier because, yes and no, because it's a plain design. Okay, for the next box, I'm going to go for the, not the very middle, but the pink, which will end up, we're going to leave the middle of this one blank and the middle of this one blank, because I'm going to be gluing this down here. I'm probably not going to use the ATG. I want a little stronger tape, so I'm going to use, it's kind of like score tape, it's called. It's a double adhesive, but it's a little stronger. And I got that from This and That at a scrapbook expo. So now for this one, the measurements for my middle are, remember it was 3.5, but the height is shorter. So it's it's longer. It's 3 3/4, but the width is 3.5. So what I'm going to cut for the middle is 3 1/4 the long way and 3 1/4 this way, and then 3.5 this way, 3 1/4 this way. And that is important for design. So I'm going to just write that down here so you can look at that. So 3 3/4 by 3 3.5, and that is important. Okay, so 3.5 wide by 3 3/4 deep. So if this is 3 3/4 long, this one I'm going to want to be 3.5, and I'm going to want this one to be 3 1/4. Now if your pattern, depending on how you want your pattern to go, if like I don't think it would look right if this pattern were sideways, so these need to be cut at the 3 1/4 this way for the width, because if you put it this way it would be sideways. Now some of the patterns don't matter. If it was something like this, it wouldn't matter at all because it's just the same both ways. This one would probably, it would matter because these flowers, yeah, it would matter. Like this one would matter because that flower's upside down. So you just need to be careful with your designs. So I'm going to go and cut this 3 1/4 down. I'll use 2 of these for the pink. So I'm going to do one strip of 3 3/4. What did I say? No, 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Okay. Measure twice, cut once. It always makes for a better project. I have done that so many times where I've cut before I've measured. Okay, and then this one will be 3 1/2. And I'm going to go for the bottom. And I'm going to cut 2 of these. 3 1/2. And then 3 1/2. There we go. Now, so I have 2 of my pieces, and they'll both be going the same way. So when you open it, they're both facing up. Okay, now I think I'll go for this again because I like it, and this will be fairly easy. So I'm going to go, I know it's upside down, but that's how I'm going to be cutting. I'm not going to use those butterflies on this one. So 3 1/4 and then 3 1/2. And then 3 1/2. on this. And that's very plain and simple. And now we're going to glue them down. Before you put them down, just make sure you have them the way you want them, and everything should be fine. One thing about making these exploding boxes, you can use up a lot of your scraps, because if you have these small pieces, it goes pretty quick. And you do go through a lot of tape. In fact, I think I'm ready to I like it this way. I don't think with this one it matters too much, but anyway. Okay, same thing here, and I think I'm just about out of tape. Okay, there we go. Now, again, I'm going to leave this blank because the yellow will fit on top of this. But before I go, I do want to decorate these sides. So I'm going to do that right now and change my ATG tape. And I'll be right back with the rest of the design here.